So lots of articles this week about home prices predicted to rise in Tampa Bay in 2012, and things starting to improve in our local market, and one thing that I always kind of take with caution anytime we get some of these articles, the one thing you don't want to have happen is people to completely believe the sensational. While some stats and trends are starting to show improvement in our market, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. We're not going to start seeing 25% appreciation next week. And I think that's something that people really need to pay attention to when some of these articles come out, that, hey, look, we've had a good string of a few months. Some of that's related to, a lot of foreclosures not hitting the market, foreclosures being delayed through the holidays. So, when you really want to start jumping up and down is when you've seen a long history of appreciation, a long history of increase of home sales. The December stats that came out, shows some positive trends. But, and again, I'm certainly saying that the market is improving. Prices are improving. The mortgage markets are improving. I mean, across the board, but improving doesn't mean what we saw in 05 and 06. We're not seeing drastic appreciation. We're seeing homes that are priced well and in certain price brackets flying off the shelf, but we're not seeing prices drastically rising, maybe a little bit. And the next couple of years, I think we're in that stabilizing mode where prices kind of hover and go up and down. But the statistics in December in Tampa, we don't have a huge seasonal drop off. A lot of people think that real estate, just dies off in the holidays. In Tampa in December, that's not the case. So our real estate stats in December were really strong. The average sale price in December was $159,000, which was $5,000 higher than 2010, right in line with 2009. Homes on average are selling in about 4 months. We had 1,756 home sales in December this year, which is right around what it was in 09, but less than it was in 10. And 5.3 months of inventory. I think that's really the key to understanding our market right now. Without the foreclosures coming on the market, lots of people deciding not to short sell or not to sell their home, you've got a supply and demand problem, which could lead to prices going up, but too many economic conditions for them to start skyrocketing. Would you tend to agree with that assessment, Chris?
Yeah, the shadow inventory figures are all over the map, and which is defined as the homes that are in foreclosure, that have not, or that have missed a lot of payments and not yet have gone into foreclosure. It's pretty alarming, just the disparity of predictions of how much. Everyone agrees there's a lot.
Right.
It's just how much.
Well, and I think, again, part of the benefit we're seeing in the market right now is somewhat due to not many foreclosures hitting the last couple months. Well, we know the banks, come Thanksgiving, they stop foreclosing on people. They don't want to be the bad guy that kicks people out to the curb during Christmas. So, we tend to see not as many foreclosures hit the market during the last few months. So, this surge in lack of supply has something to do with that. So, it could be a short-term little period where a couple months down the line we see prices dip a little bit more. So, you definitely have to keep an eye on the foreclosure market. If foreclosures, start really increasing the supply, that improvement that we've seen in price is not going to continue, because foreclosures are sold for lower prices, typically because their condition, and all sorts of other variables. So definitely take any type of real estate news with a grain of salt. We had some clients this week who read a couple of these releases and, we're just going to wait. The market's improving. We're going to wait till values come up. One of them, it was funny. One of them is selling a $200,000 house to buy a $500,000 house. So we're going to wait till prices go up to sell our $200,000 house. What do you think it's going to do on the $500,000 house? You don't have a magic wand. It's gonna go up. If you think the 200 is going to go up, the 500 is too. So, nonetheless, just take this news with a grain of salt. When you start seeing these news reports repeatedly, month after month after month, then it's time to start celebrating about appreciation and those types of things. But